Hi everyone, it's Hatsy and I'm back with a build and buy review in The Sims 4. So today we are going to be reviewing the new Jungle Adventure game pack, which is soon to be released, or maybe it is released depending on when I'm sharing this. But what I've done is, because it's build and buy, I have put out in a little bit of an IKEA style, I think, because like I've separated the rooms and stuff and made it look quite fancy, because I wanted to go through it all so it's going to be a little bit mixed together rather than doing separate build, separate buy. It's all going to be how it is, and the reason why I've done it like this today is because I thought, well, if you're going to buy the pack, then at least you know what you get with it, and at least you also know how it's going to look all together rather than separately. Like, you can kind of get a vision here for houses that you can create and rooms that you can create, and I think that's a lot easier to do it like this. So I'm going to start by showing you the doors, and then we're going to do it in a really weird order, which makes sense to me, but probably not anyone else. Okay, I was ridiculously impressed by the doors. I love the fact that we get a great big red door, and it's a nice shade of red. It's like a pinky red. I love that. And yeah, we get a few options in it. I think that it's going to be really good for a lot of different builds, not necessarily just jungle adventure builds, but I can imagine that kind of door fitting really nicely into like a suburban house. Then we get a smaller option of the door over here. So I don't know if it takes up less room, but it definitely looks smaller. Same again with the different colour combinations. I was pretty impressed, to be honest. I think that maybe the blue suits the bedroom more, so I'll leave it as that. And then going over to this door, this is more like an archway that we get. So I wasn't, to be honest, that keen on it. I don't like how it comes out here, but I can see what they were trying to do, because they were trying to make something a bit jungle adventure inspired. And if we take a look at, I think, maybe some of these doors over here, with the sort of ancient theme going on, maybe they were trying to incorporate something with that. That was my thoughts on it. But then we have a very different one in the bathroom here. It's like an archway. It looks pretty good. I mean, I don't think it necessarily suits the bathroom, but I couldn't really place it anywhere else, so I just put it there. And then this one, this could be a really lovely door for like an open house in the jungle, and you could use this. And how you could have it is like, okay, let's say this was the front of the house, and then going into it, you could see like pretty much the whole view of the house. That could make for a really pretty thumbnail, and it could make for a really pretty like open house. So I like that. I like how big it is. It's gonna be good. But yeah, we'll come back to that ancient door in a bit. I just thought we'd go on to that. So the next thing I want to go over quickly is the windows, just to get that out of the way. This is a pretty plain one. We actually get a better version of that over here with a little shutter on. So it's the same window, it just has a shutter in, and obviously you get the opposite shutter to that. I just didn't have space to put it anywhere. But they're really cute. Seriously cute. I've been wanting shutters for a while, so you'll be seeing some creations made with that. I'm excited. And this window looks very similar to the Parenthood window. Wasn't very happy about that. In fact, that's probably my least favourite window. I just can't think off the top of my head. Is it this one? I think looks like it. I don't know. But I think that it fits in with the pack, but this one is just, for me, I'm sorry. Like, that one is nothing compared to this beauty. Look at this. It has so much detail, like so much. I love it. I love what they've done with it. And if it doesn't get any better, it actually opens. Like, you can open it and you can have proper shutters coming in and out. I love it so, so, so much. So going around to the back, that's how it's going to look. Yes, it's stunning. Yes, you're allowed to gasp. I gasped. And if you want to see me building with that window and see what I can do with it, then the next build coming up on the channel will be using that. So because we're focusing on build mode first, because it makes sense, these little, what are they even called? Shingle awnings. Very cute and different to that as well. Some pillars that we get. Very nice. I actually put them over here as well. No, I didn't actually. Oh, okay, mistake. But just to give you a few different colour options like that, it's pretty nice. And yeah, you can do the same with these. Interesting actually, we get a new roof pattern, but I didn't put any roof down. If I put a roof there, I'll show you the new pattern. It's this one. So it goes with like these basically. And what I would do is, if you're going to build using this, then you can always like change it so they kind of complement each other and do it that way. We don't get a lot of options in these. I think, yeah, there's 4. There's actually more colour options with this, even though you can't really see them. Oh no, okay. So the main colour options for that is the wooden stalk underneath it holding it up. So yeah, depending on what you want. Like if you want blue, you get blue. If you want orange, you get orange. But you can't really change the colour that well of the whole roof piece there. Okay, so we've gone over some of these windows and doors. I think the next thing to do is do the adventure windows and doors, slightly different. And I said I'd come back to this. I really want to give it a little bit of attention just because it's such a big feature of the pack, I think anyway. This is going to be fantastic when you use it. The issue is, how do you use it? Because it looks flipping amazing, but it's so nice and it's so amazingly detailed that you can only use it quite rarely. Like you won't be able to use this every single time in a suburban house. So as amazing and as beautiful as this is, it's probably not going to attract everybody. I think what is most likely to attract a lot of people or be like, oh, I kind of want the pack, is seeing doors like this where you can use in Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, like Winterberg, like wherever. You can use it really easily, just round and about, as opposed to this beauty. But when you do use it, it is going to look absolutely phenomenal. It really is. And I was very impressed by this door. I think that it's going to be great for pyramids, for like maybe museums. You could build a mansion, even if it's like a really modern mansion, and then you could have like an ancient secret room somewhere in the build, and then you could use that. So that would be my idea. But talking about the windows next to it, they're very discreet and they look great with the pyramid. Again, I don't think it's going to be a window that you're going to use all the time. Oh goodness, why is she floating? That is quite disturbing. And you know what's even worse? I didn't even pick up on the fact that she was floating. I just got on by. Just like nothing new. Nothing you don't see here every day. There's also another window here. And I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know. It reminds me of like a weird old swimming gala kind of window. I've seen these before. Not my thing. There's also a smaller version. You can get like a mini square of that. So just imagine that just cut into a third, and then you can get that too. Don't want to stick around for those for very long because honestly they're not my favourites. And yeah, we'll go back to over here, and I want to talk about the flooring, the floorboards, the fences, and I think that will be it for build mode, and then we can move on to buy mode. So yeah, talking about the floors now, we can get some new wooden floorboards. This is the same wood in each room, but I just used it because I needed to put something in here, and I don't think we had enough options from memory, but I can't remember. So love this wood, I really do. And what I like is that it's not just usable for the jungle adventure game pack. You can use it in your game wherever. Like you could put this into an ordinary family house and use it how it is, which is fantastic. Really happy with that. Then going round, we get some more like ancient, I'm gonna say, like ancient floorboards. I don't really know what we're gonna do these. I love that though, I really do. That actually reminds me of my old house kitchen tiles. I prefer the old kind of aged tiles to the new ones. I actually put the new ones in the bathroom over here, so you can see those. I'm a huge fan of these though. I want to see the other colour options for them, or at least show you some of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because it's going to take me like a year, and no one's got time for that. Not even me. So yeah, I mean, my favourite has got to be the red, I'm going to say, but just to make you all aware, different options, it's going pretty well. Then this one over here, this is the third along. I mean, not my favourite, as I said, but I can imagine that a lot of you will love this one. And I actually like this flooring, I just don't like it with this room. I do think that this mainly goes with the adventure stuff over here. And I did put some tiles down, but I mean, it's probably just easier to show you in the bathroom so you can get an actual idea of it. And then this one too, we haven't got like many colour options in that, but the black's lovely, really nice. And then this one, I can't imagine many people using that a lot. So this is one of the floorings again, yeah, we get a lot of different variations of the stone, so I'm not going to spend too long on that. I actually want to go on to the wallpapers now. So the wallpapers is going to be a tricky part to do because we actually get a lot of them. We get many different options. So some of them, you get these like half walls, and then you get all different variations of the half walls. So I just want to show you like some at least, because we actually get 3 different tiled wallpapers, or 4, is it? Oh my goodness, we get so many. Okay, I'm probably not going to go through every single one of the wallpapers. They've created like a blank wall like that, and then what you'll find is you've got one wall with a little bit of tile like that, and then one with a bit more tile, and then one with a bit more, and that kind of goes all the way through. Like for instance, okay, this is a plain wall here, but then this one has tile on it, and this one has even more tile on it. So it goes through like that. So it's probably easier just to show you the most detailed one, because then you can get an idea. Like you can kind of say to yourself, okay, I know that there's going to be a different variation of that wallpaper just with less or more of the tiles. And I'm in love. I really am. I think that it's very pretty. I don't know how often I'm going to be using it in normal builds, but what I can say is it's going to look fantastic in bathrooms and also kitchens. I think that it's going to give a lovely tiled effect, because I mainly use tiled wallpapers for kitchens just personally, but it's going to look lovely on decorative houses. I'm going to be making a lot of builds with this new game pack anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then we've got some plain wallpapers. I mean, there's not really much point me showing you this twice, 3 times, but yeah, we get some different options with it. It looks good. And then I just use this tile, and yeah, just like showing you generally the wallpapers. So we've got some different stones. This could look really lovely on the outside of builds. So I think we've gone over a lot of the build mode items, so we're going to switch to buy in a minute. I just want to go over the fences, the plants, and also I need to go over the pools because we haven't been over those yet. So we will do that. Fences, I'm not going to stick around too long. We get 2, we get this one and we get this one. And I'm not a big fan of this one. I like it, I do, but it's very similar to others that we've got, like that, like that, like that. Oh no, not that one, that one. Just same thing over and over again. Would have been great to have like a rope fence. Okay, anyway, somewhere in the world there is this weird rickety bridge. I'm pretty sure that you've seen it if you've watched the trailer. Then yeah, that would have been so cool to have something like that, like a rope sort of fence, but I'm okay with that. It looks fine, and they've spent their time elsewhere, so that is enough for me. Going on to pools, I was very surprised that we get a new pool colour, or watercolour. We get 2 actually, so we get this one, and we also get this one over here. I prefer the darker one. I think it looks fantastic, actually. I've been using it in pools since we've had the pack, and I'm pretty in love with it, to be honest. I think it's great. And it's different to the one that we got from Get Together. That one looks quite dirty as opposed to these colours, so I like it because that could pass for like a clear pool colour. I'm loving it. And then going on to the plants, so we have the plants down here and we also have the plants on the walls, so I'll do those separately. Plants down here, we've got some like wild grass. We've also got, we've got an update of my favourite plant. I was so happy to see this. Okay, because I have used this plant for about, I don't know, 1,000,000 years now. Like, you'll have seen it. If you've watched a single one of my build videos, you'll know how much I use that. So this is an upgraded version. I think that it looks phenomenal. I love it. I personally don't think that that should be a separate item because it's a recolor. It's a recolor of something else. And I think we get it again with this. Oh my goodness, why does it keep popping up very close to me? We've got it again with this. That is exactly the same as that, pretty much. It's just a slight recolor. I think that what they should have done is they should have added that into the game as a free update, and we should have had a change of colour between those 2 plants, because it's quite frustrating to have them as separate things because it takes up more room, like as you're looking for stuff in the plant catalogue. There's no real need for it to have them next to each other like that. I just think that it would have saved as that, and it's not really a big deal than being in there. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my goodness, look, there's a recolor. It should have just been with the original one and just been another colour swatch. That's my opinion though. So there we go. This plant, I like it. I think it's the sort of jungle version of this one and this one. It's nice to see that they've done another one of these, done another option, especially because it's jungle adventure. Your Sims are probably going to be out in the wild a lot. So to have a plant that could be another bathroom and go with the world, I think it's a great idea. So I'm happy, even though it's similar to the others, I think that it goes really well. The other thing, I forgot to go over the pool border. So we get a new one of those. Really pretty actually. Loving the red so much. I love the red in this whole game pack. That's been my favourite thing. I think all the red items, like the red tiles, the red door, I'm loving it so much. But then going on to the vines up the wall, because we haven't gone on to those yet, we get a lot. So what I love is the fact that, okay, this is massive, right? But you can size it down. And this one as well, really lovely. My favourite vine though, have to say, are these ones. Oh my goodness me. And guess what? They have a red. And guess what? The red's my favourite. But they also have a white and they also have a pink. But I just think that they're going to look really good up the wall. And they have a lot of variations as well. Like they have ones that are sort of slightly tilted like that. Then there's ones that are a little bit flatter, and then there's another tilt on the side. Like you can really play around and you can get like a good shape up the wall with those. And oh yeah, I did forget about this plant. Lovely plant. I like it, and I like the idea that it can like stand alone, or you could probably put it up to the side, like growing like a vine plant or something. So that's a really nice touch, and I'm glad that made the pack because I think that it's lovely. And then going over to some of the bigger trees, my favourite one, okay, we are going to have to address it. Like, it is the biggest thing on the plot, and I don't even know if you've all noticed it. It is this tree. It is absolutely stunning. Like, I don't even want to size it down. Okay, this is the size that it comes in. I mean, obviously, like, the trees in the world, you know, with them around, it's not going to stand out that much. If you stick it in a corner, it's just going to look like it blends in. But oh my goodness me, the detailing is insane. The vines, just everything, the branches, I think it looks fantastic. I'm so happy that they put this in because all it makes me want to do is build a massive tree house with this, and I am going to after this actually. But what a fantastic tree, what an amazing thing to put in, and I'm so happy with that. I really am, because I don't think we have anything like that. We don't have anything that tall, that decorative. It looks like it's out of fairy tale. So impressed by that. And then going on to these other plants, these are nice as well. I didn't know we had a red option. That's interesting. This came up pretty big. That's the only thing. I had some issues when I was sizing it down earlier, but I don't know if that's something that I found with a particular plot I was building on, because it looks okay now. But you know, again, you can size them down, size them up. That's the best thing about these Sims 4 cheats nowadays. Yeah, the only one that we can't change the colour of, the only one that we can change the colour of is this one, and also that little plant. Okay, so now that we've gone over the build mode items, I want to show you the buy mode. This is going to be a little bit different because we're going to go around the rooms and we're going to talk about the furniture, and yeah, we're going to do like a little mix of everything. Hope it's going well in this kind of format rather than having it all separately, because I think it definitely looks better this way. Okay, talking about what I like, what I don't like about these pieces of furniture. Something that I wasn't particularly keen on, just kind of going to the lounge to start with, but we'll also move on to the bedroom. You'll notice that a lot of the furniture pieces, like the sofa, in fact, no, the sofas especially, they have a lot of white frames on, which I wasn't personally that keen on for this Jungle Adventure pack, because I thought that because we have all the dark wood furniture pieces like this, and if you go into the kitchen, like it's all dark wood, I didn't think that the white, like a lot of the white really went, so I wish that we got less white, more like dark wood, more like sort of reddy, dark brown colours for the furniture. That would have been really cool. And I would have loved a bed that would have matched this, because that's my kind of style. Like, I would have loved a bed that would have kind of gone with that. But these are quite modern in a way. I'm not really sure what they tried to do there. Yeah, I definitely say not my favourites with the beds and the sofas. I think that they could have matched them more with the other items. That's just me personally though. But I'm loving, like absolutely loving this sofa so much. And I think with like this little piece, it's gonna go so well. I mean, if white is for you, then you could really change it all to white, but there's just something about it just doesn't sit right with me. So wasn't too happy with the swatches of the beds and sofas. But going around the room, we get some amazing, like huge cabinets, which I was really excited about because we get one here in the lounge, which I just put in here because it fitted in quite nicely. And we've got one over here as well. And I love it. Like, I really do. I think that it looks fantastic. And this one seems to match with a lot of the dining room furniture. You'll see what I mean here about the dark wood. Really excited about the big cabinets we get, and also a storage cabinet here. I'd imagine that this is for the artifacts. I think that I saw this briefly on the trailer. I don't know how you'd fit things in. Maybe you'd have to collect them just on like gameplay mode and then put them in there. That would be really nice to have that into your dining room. You know, storage, the little tables here, side tables. I think that they go really nicely. We get a lot actually, compared to what I thought that we'd get. And then talking about the kitchen cabinets, because we're kind of talking about cabinets, I guess. It's kind of a theme of conversation. I'd say that I was happy with the colour swatches, not too happy with the white. I actually noticed that in the kitchen, a lot of the countertops are white unless you're going for this one different option, which is brown. I personally love brown kitchens. I don't know what it is, but huge fan. So to just have a lot of that white reused, not a big fan. For Jungle Adventure as well, I thought that we could have had something there. But yeah, particularly impressed with how everything kind of matches. Like, okay, you could easily have like that bar in here with that and that as well. Like, you really could. I just put it in here because, you know, kitchen needed something. So we'll probably move on to the surfaces now, I guess, because we've kind of started to go off the cabinets. Makes sense to take this kind of direction. So I've mentioned how much I love the bar. I think that it was really nice to have a circular table. I've noticed that a lot of circular tables seem to be popping up because I noticed one for laundry day as well. The chairs aren't my favourite, but these ones I think make up for it because I like them. It's just my kind of style. I'm sure that there'll be people that equally love these ones just as much. These are plainer though. They go really nice in like a suburban house or something, so that's great. And then we get some new bar chairs, but they look very similar to the base game ones that we've got already, I think. In fact, I will show you. I'll show you how close these are. Look. Oh, very, very close. I don't know why it's glitching out. Very similar. In fact, maybe that one's even more similar. So in my opinion, we could have really done with maybe something with more variety there. But we've got a lot of variety with the other stuff, so I'm not really complaining because it still looks really lovely and I'm still going to use that. So it doesn't really matter to me that much. I love this table in here. Really big fan of this table. I think it looks amazing. I'd buy this for my own house, genuinely. And then we've got a nice little counter here. I've gone over these a bit though because we've got a lot in this room. I'd have to say that my favourite is this in here. Looks really lovely. And yeah, you'll notice that all these side tables, so 1, 2, 3, they're all different. Yeah, I'm only really going to be talking about my favourite things rather than all of it, but I mean, you can see for yourself. I just thought I'd set it out like this. And going over the rugs, actually, I want to just do that for a second. Why is that floating? Oh my goodness, that is just embarrassing. So we get a lot of variation with the rugs as well. I've actually changed them around, so that rug is the same as that, it's just a different swatch, so you'll see. So to have plenty of options and just plenty of patterns is great because you can reuse it. The only thing is they're very bright. Like, that is going to be quite difficult to create a room with. Or maybe it's just me like trying to come out my comfort zone and do something a bit different, because I bet with an orange sofa there and a yellow wall, you know, maybe that would kind of go. Maybe not right now, but maybe in the future I'll make that rug work. And then we get a smaller one, but of course you can enlarge it with just more patterns. Really nice. I'd have to say my favourite's that one. It's like a tie-dye rug. I'm kind of in love with that. I didn't really know where to put this ancient rug down here, because this is the third one that we get. Yeah, because we get, yeah, 3 like that. I didn't know, what to do with it, to be honest. So just put it there. But you can get different sort of colours in that as well. Maybe that would be really nice for a lobby for like a huge mansion and then to have like a lobby with that in the center. Yeah, so then kind of want to go on to maybe some of the like the pots and plants, and also talk about the lights. So yeah, we've got these new lights. I didn't realize that we got them actually. I was gonna leave them out, and then I found them. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't leave those. Really lovely. And also so excited about this thing that we get, because yeah, the lights, you'll notice I've used the same one because that is the only one of those that we get. I think, yeah, we only get that one. But then with this one, oh, I'm going to use this all the time. I love it. Like, you could use that on the outside of anything. It's going to look amazing. So I was happy that we received that. And then we also get some new ones here, like new sort of table lamps. Let's see. Yeah, we get this one. Just change the swatches of that so you can have a look. You can change the patterns as well. And then this one. Just a nice little adventurer lamp. I'm loving that because it kind of fits in with the theme of everything, so I was happy. And yeah, then go on to pots. So we have a lot, and I actually put this one inside, but we get many more options of that. But the pots are pretty much everywhere, like here as well. This one's smashed. Kind of loving that. You could just like place it around the house. I just wanted to place this one over here just to kind of show you how it would look. This thing here, it's like a little built-in gazebo, and I think that it looks so nice outside, just kind of covering the little bench and stuff. You don't have to put this into here. Like, you could sort of put maybe some of these chairs over here, there, and that could look really nice. And I put the barbecue out here as well. Didn't know what to do with it. Not particularly big fan of that. I mean, I think that we probably were due one, so there's that. But the thing that I got really excited about when I saw it was this. I think that it looks so nice, and I'm so excited about it. The only thing is, you're going to struggle to put it inside, so it's more of like an outside piece, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. But yeah, what I personally do with this is put it in like the garden, or like on a back wall, like sort of nearish the garden, and then have chairs around it or something. But when you have this in your house, I think it's going to smoke through, and you don't want that. So it's a shame because it's not a fireplace. I do wish that there was a different version just with that bit cut out, or like maybe you could put just a cut out bit through the wall and then have the fireplace, if that makes sense. But no, because like, okay, if you wanted to place that in your house, let's say, you could do it and you're not going to get any smoke. With that one, you're going to get it, and it's just not going to be very good. So yes, unfortunately, we have that issue. But then just talking about this for a second, this was one of the outdoor pieces, because we have a lot of like outdoor sort of furniture items. I'll be using it time to time. I'm not going to use it like that much. Same with these. I'm only going to go over these quickly because they didn't particularly interest me. We've got like a lot of rock pieces, like this and this. And yeah, also talking about like placing things onto the walls. Like, we've got a lot of these things. Really nice decorative pieces, but I'm gonna struggle to use them like all the time. And same with these. We get some ginormous statues, which you could probably size down and probably just like have them in your house, but they come in this size. So very fancy, and I like how much detail they've had put into them. This one's slightly different actually. So I like how we've got a mix of different things. We've also got a lot of these decorative pieces. I don't know what they are necessarily yet. I feel like you might have to collect them or something. That's the idea I've got, I don't know. But because there's so many of them, I didn't want to hang around them too much and show you like each one individually, just because there's a lot to get through. And then moving on to some like more wall pieces. Being honest, the ones that stand out to me are actually these things. How cool is that? We don't have many pillars in The Sims 4, not like that. So that's going to be really exciting to use. I know I haven't drawn much attention to it till now. I just like pulled it out from the corner. Oh, look at this. This is my favourite. But I think that it's a lot better than it looks. I don't think it looks very impressive when you're seeing it like that. But I think in a build that's ancient with pillars, it's going to look really good. So yeah, brace yourselves for that one. I think that it's going to be a hoot and a half. Oh, there was one thing, I just want to mention it before I move on to other stuff. Didn't know where to put this, so I just stuck it on the back here. I have no idea what it is, so let's have a look and see, but it didn't fit anywhere in the house, didn't sort of go anywhere nicely. Large decorative sign proudly displays a common Salvadorian symbol found in many homes. Is it? Is it really? I couldn't fit it in my home, any of the rooms. It generally represents goodwill and tidings to all travellers. Okay, so I mean, maybe you'll find a place for it, but I really couldn't because this wasn't like a modern environment or anything. So talking about the sculptures, we've got this lady here. I don't know what she's doing, but she looks a bit creepy. She really does. Wouldn't recommend having her in your house. You might be a bit frightened. Especially with the face. The skull is, I'm sorry, it's kind of amazing. I love it. Wouldn't put it in your house, of course, but I think on the outside of this building, it is just super, super appropriate. I just imagine like the Army of the Dead just awakening and just looking incredibly creepy like that. I love it. And then we get this little thing here. I'm never going to use this, I don't think. I think that maybe I'll set myself a challenge at some point to use it, but I wouldn't. It's just a block. I don't even know what it does. What even is it? Pedestal? No, I just put this on top of it. I thought that that was quite cute as well. I think they're the more dangerous things, like the skeleton, maybe the statue, maybe you'd find that somewhere in the tomb or whatever. And then this here, I think it's like a warning sign. Pretty cool. And then I think we've gone over everything from what I can see apart from this stuff. So we have a workbench, which is a pop-up archaeology workbench. Okay, something new to do, a new skill, so that we're not necessarily stuck with guitar, piano, and a woodworking bench, or like, you know, the options that we have. It's nice to have something else there that could look really cool. And then this thing is a craft sales table. I have to admit, this fence is, I think it's very glitchy. I think that's why they're popping up like that. Yeah, just having a look at that, because that's going to frustrate me picking up, because it's just getting very close to me. It's getting my personal space a bit. This bright cherry table is perfect to house all your wares for sale, stock up, tend profit. Okay, so this is something that you can do. I think it's like a skill that you can maybe do on like the market in the special world. You could probably raise a plant upon there and put it into your house, or you could put some books on it, you know, stuff like that. You can just like raise them up from the ground if it won't let you do it, but that could look really nice, like on the market or just like in a normal house. It could look pretty good. Okay, so this thing is a food stall, very similar to the ones that we got with Windenburg, but I did think that a food stall was kind of needed for the kind of pack. Would have been really cool, and I think I said this in the trailer, to not have a food stall, but to have like, I don't know, a magic rug shop or like a magic lamp shop or something just different, because all these are food stalls. So I think going over some of the bathroom items and also the kitchen, because yeah, we've kind of gone over a lot of these things. Okay, so let's go into here. First, we're going to talk about this shelf, and I think we've gone over the counters a bit. Bit disappointed at the white again, just for like a quick reminder, but you can probably see that. The fridge, got a new fridge, we've got a new stove. This sink, I'm in love. I really do love this so much. Very nice. And I think I forgot this on the wall as well. It's like an ancient artifact. I didn't know where to put it, so I thought they looked quite pretty in the kitchen. I mean, this, to be honest, is very similar to this one that we've got. It keeps popping up. I don't know why. What is wrong with this plot, honestly? But I mean, you can see how similar they are just by doing that. Personally, I think I'd like a stove that matched that sink, so then they could have been that kind of style together. But I think it's quite difficult to do that because the sink's made out of wood, you see. And that's why I would be terrible as an engineer. Then going on to the other things though, so we have a new sink we do, which I think probably matches that a bit more. But I stuck it in the bathroom. In fact, no, that would look really nice in our kitchen. Let's move that out for a second and move this one in. Oh, I hate how it's up in the air. Okay, I've managed to get it down, and I hope that it stays down. But it looks a lot better like that, I think. I mean, I will use it at some point. Definitely will. Yeah, stove isn't my favourite though. That is the only thing. I don't know how I would have changed it, but I'd have done something to make it look a little bit more ancient, maybe. Or maybe had kind of a barbecue alternative like that, but not that. Like something like that would fit more into a kitchen, but it would just look a bit more that kind of style than that. So we're going to go on to the bathroom. Very happy about the shower. I know that it's a bit crazy me drawing attention to it, but just look at the pattern on it. Can we just appreciate that? So nice. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, it will be able to just fit into other suburban houses. Like, anything that you want to do, you can just fit it in really easily. Got a new bath as well. I'm not too keen on that bath. Too modern for me, but you know, I'm more of a traditional person, so I prefer the traditional items a little bit more. But yeah, I think we've pretty much gone over everything, I think. So to point out my favourites, like my favourite items from this particular pack, and just be like, this is why you should buy it. I would personally get the pack for this because that's going to be gorgeous in gardens. Also a big fan of this here. So that's 2 of my favourite items. Loving the vines on the wall, especially the red. Loving that particular colour with the tiled wallpaper. I don't know what it is. That's also a favourite of mine. And then I think in terms of other things, that's a favourite of mine. This whole table set. Also loving the pots, to be fair. Big fan of pots. And I think that's really it. Like, these big items, I like the big bulkies. Oh, of course, the mirror. I did forget about the mirror. So anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed the review, and I'd love to know if you're going to buy the new pack. And also if you like me to set it out this way so that it looks more of like an IKEA base, so you can kind of see everything and we go over it pretty much all together, then yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope it was helpful, and I'll speak to you on the next one.